Hey everyone, welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss a couple of recent updates that you may have already heard, but you have yet to hear about them from me. But I feel they are worth talking about, guys, so we're going to talk about the overall direction that Kevin is taking with Scream 7. And I will also talk about a recent rumor that, if true, has me even more excited to see the movie. So, settle in. Let's kick off this video together right now. Let's go!
Hello, this is Mike Vaughn, the Ghostface voice of the Liquid Slasher on the Scream TV series. And before this video goes any further, I strongly recommend that you subscribe to Craven Something Scary right now while you still can.
So the first part I want to discuss comes from an interview with Kevin Williamson and Neve Campbell that I discovered from Deadline.com. And the headline reads, Neve Campbell and Kevin Williamson agreed Scream 7 is, quote, time to reset, end quote, franchise back to Wes Craven's, quote, suspense. Now, just reading this headline made me want to jump out of my skin. I have been talking about how after we saw those exclusive images that I shared with you of Pine Grove, and how it just genuinely had that Woodsboro look to it. And Eric, who got me those those pictures, who was there on location, told me the same thing. He said, being in person, it felt like very Woodsboro-y. There we go. Woodsboro-like to him. And I got that through the pictures, and I'm sure you guys did when I showed them to you on the exclusive videos a few months ago. And so I'm reading this headline just made me feel like warm and fuzzy, because we haven't had that kind of suspense that Wes brought to those first four films. 5 and 6, I love, while I may enjoy the movies, they missed that piece that was not there. All right, so getting back to what the article says, as the Scream franchise's original Final Girl reunites with its original writer, the duo plans to take the slasher films back to their roots. So obviously, it's interesting that's plural there, because maybe that's including Scream 8, but we'll focus on Scream 7. He now wants to go back to the first one and find the suspense and really concentrate on scary and not bloody. Williamson explained in an expert posted by Bloody Disgusting. She was smart. She goes, this is the time to do it, because we're moving away from New York. We're going back to Sydney's life. This is the time to reset a little bit. And I'm like, yep, let's do it. Kevin Williamson, who launched the franchise in 1996 with late director Wes Craven, returns to direct Scream 7, recently explained in Ashley Colin's new book, Your Favorite Scary Movie, how the Scream films rewrote the rules of horror. By the way, guys, you got to check that out. And he and star Neve Campbell decided it was time to reset the franchise back to Craven's original vision of horror. So again, guys, look, I don't have a lot to say, because this said it all. I'm really pumped, though, to talk about this, because like I say, I've talked a long time from the last two movies. There were moments of tense suspense There were moments here and there, but the 5 and 6 did not have the same feel as 1 through 4, which makes sense. New writers, new directors. It's going to be done differently, right? But the thought of Kevin Williamson bringing back that same feel that Wes Craven had, because nobody knows better than Kevin and Nev the way Wes Craven shot his films and the way he wanted it to be when he was making those first 4 films, and they were amazing. We watched those Scream movies with suspense and intensity, and just feeling like at any moment something's going to happen. And then we had the wonderful chases, and we had just all those scenes we love and we talk about here on the channel all the time. It was great. And I've said for quite a while here on live streams and some videos that I just hope Scream 7, with Sidney being the focus once more and Kevin Williamson back as director this time instead of writer, but directing again, that this is going to be something very special. And I've mentioned that this could be the most special sequel of the franchise. The potential is there for it to be just that. And I am very excited to hear this come out as truth being spoken by Kevin and Nev, because this is wonderful to hear. And it gets me, like I say, more and more and more excited I just keep getting at seeing this film. And that's another reason why I'm staying away from any spoiler videos or posts. I don't want to hear any spoilers at all, or even potential spoilers about the characters or the storyline of Scream 7, because I want to walk in there as blind as possible with the knowledge I have. And I think it could be something really beautiful, and I think it could really just a wonderful film, guys. I do. All right, so those are my thoughts on returning back to Wes Craven's feel and suspense. Could not have made me happier to hear this and read this. So that's why I had to share with you guys. And I look forward a little bit later to hearing what you guys think about your thoughts about those comments as well. Now, the article continues with a little more information, and it's not really new, but he's reaffirming it. Williamson added, "I have made it very clear, I think publicly too, that Sidney has been through so much torment, so much trauma, that to give her anything less than a happy ending is mean. It's just sacrilegious." And he said this before. Nev Campbell has said she will not return if she's going to be killed. So I think it's, we can finally put this to bed. If any of you were wondering whether Scream 7 might be the movie they kill Sidney, no, it's not. It's not going to happen. As long as Kevin is involved with it, and Nev is involved with it for that matter, she's not going to be killed in the Scream film. So we could put that to bed for anyone who is still maybe considering the possibility. No, that's not going to happen. So we can just put that to bed and move on. All right, now it's time for the second topic, which I wanted to share, and it is the rumored screen time. That's hard to differentiate. For Sidney and Gale's screen time in Scream 7. And first up, we see this post from Scream_news on X. My buddy over there posted this rumor. Nev Campbell has more than 40 minutes screen time in Scream 7, and Courtney Cox will have around 20 minutes of screen time. Sidney's appearance is like her screen time in Scream 96, while Gale's is like Scream 2. And he sourced this from Jude Jurials, probably butchering the name, but you see it there on the screen. Now, that's great to hear, guys. That's exciting to hear. If this rumor is true, pinch of salt, this is very exciting news. And next we see this breakdown, which I love, how it compares Sydney's screen time to her past 5 appearances in Scream movies, and Gale's too. But first, let's look at Sydney's rumored screen time, and then we'll look at Gale's. First up, we see in Scream 1, 43 minutes, 40 seconds. Scream 2, 37:24. Scream 3, 33:41. Scream 4, 27:32. Scream 5, of course, her glorified cameo, 12 minutes, 32 seconds. Scream 7 plus 40 minutes. So it is, if it's 40 minutes or more, if it will be this, actually, if it's 40 minutes even, it'll be the second highest amount of screen time in the franchise. Anything under 43:40 will be second in the franchise. And honestly, it could even surpass her screen time in Scream 1, and this could be her most screen time in a Scream movie with Scream 7. Now remember, this is a rumor, but I wanted to share it because it's highly possible to be true in my mind, knowing that she is the focal point of the movie once again. So having her as the lead character, it makes sense. And if the rumor is true that it's 40 minutes plus, this could be a all-time breaker for the film. But just that it's 40 minutes plus gets me so excited, guys, because she's coming back. She's going to really be featured, as we talked about. And she's truly back for the final girl, and truly back as the focal point of the film. So that's extremely exciting. And, you know, I just get pumped when I see Kevin directing. Excited about bringing back the feel of a Wes Craven film, putting Sydney back as that focal lead point, and the story surrounds her. That is fantastic. And so that's very good news to hear. And we'll keep our fingers crossed that it's true. Now, secondly, let's look at the rumored screen time for Gale compared to her previous appearances. So in Scream, we got her for 14 minutes and 26 seconds. You Scream 2, you see it here, 47. Scream 3, 28:34. Scream 4, 16:26. Scream 5, 11:31. Scream 6, she was in it for 12 minutes, 12 seconds. And Scream 7, 20 plus minutes. So there we go. We're going to get her for reportedly 20 plus minutes, which puts her right back in line with Scream 2 and Scream 3 time frames, which was a lot of screen time. It felt great. The amount of screen time she was in 2 and 3 was a good time. I felt it was balanced. It was good. So getting her back to that level of screen time will be great. I'm very excited about this. So it looks like even Gale is getting a boost in her time on screen, which I hope is true, guys. But it does make sense knowing, again, it's a Sydney focused movie. She's gonna have Gale with her at her side, and it does make sense that they're getting the most screen time. So that's very exciting, guys. I was really pumped to share that with you if you hadn't seen it already, and just talk to you about it and tell you my thoughts, because this is really shaping out to be what I believe is, again, going to be something really special. and very, very exciting for the movie. So now it's time for my personal favorite part of the movie, or every video I make, which is finding out your thoughts and ideas about these updates. So I want to know what you're thinking. So remember, the only way I know that is by you leaving me comments below, sharing your ideas and thoughts so we can talk about them. I can read your comments. I love reading your comments and theories. And I want us to be able to have a dialogue in the comments section. So tell me what you think about the news from Kevin and about the screen, about returning to, the original Wes Craven feel. And also let me know what you think about Sydney and Gail's additional screen time, if that is indeed true, and I tend to believe it is. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this update. But I'll be back soon with another Scream 7 update for you as they become available, plus all other horror movie content as well. All right, guys, remember to please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I greatly appreciate it. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.